This is the volleyball approach and attack broken down into different phases.
Jello beats, holla at
Paige displays a neutral stance from the lateral sagittal view. Her body is preparing to leap into an attacking position. Here, her muscles are static, so she is in an isometric position. Her hands are by her side and she's in an upright stance. Phase 1. Here, Paige uses both of her arms to gain momentum for the next prep phase. They both remain pronated at equal angles in front of her body. Her left leg is slightly flexed forward and her right leg is fully extended as she pushes off of her foot using her gastrocnemius and soleus muscles. Phase 2. In order for Paige to gain higher leverage, she quickly swings both of her arms behind her, which leaves her elbows in a fully extended position. Her left leg is behind her and her knee is slightly flexed. Her right leg is now in front of her and the knee is also slightly flexed. She lowers her body and her pelvic girdle rotates towards the left to prepare for the movement phase. Prep phase 2 into movement. Here, in between phases, Paige is squatted with her left hip now moving about the longitudinal axis in the transverse plane. Her hands begins to move forward and she approaches the full attack. Movement phase. Paige now extends most of her body and reaches the full attack position. Her feet are now in plantar flexion. Her left arm extends straight up and her right arm flexes at the elbow behind her head. Her hips are now facing anteriorly to where she started and the pelvic girdle has reached the end of her transverse movement in the longitudinal axis. She is now ready to attack the volleyball in full force. follow-through phase. Paige has hit the volleyball and her right arm follows through to her side as her shoulder rolls from back to front. The left arm falls down by her side and she continues to be in an extended position. Both of her legs flex as she lands on both of her feet back into a full squat. Her feet are now dorsiflexed and she faces anteriorly, eventually standing straight back up into the stance position.